walking by myself. I hope you'll understand. I just want to be your loving man. Hey everyone, Griff Hamlin here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome, thanks for joining me today. Today's video, I just wanted to have some fun and take a song. You might know it. It's called Walking by Myself. You might have heard it done by Gary Moore. He definitely, I'll say, made this famous on his Still Got the Blues album. But I believe it was originally written by Jimmy Reed. It's actually a fairly old song. It's an 8-bar form, kind of an unusual form though. And I don't know, just kind of has some cool stuff. And I thought, you know, this is a song that if I do a solo acoustic thing, this is a song I like to play. And I thought it might be fun to kind of show you how I put that together in case you want to play it and just sing for yourself. You know, just kind of a fun, easy hangout kind of thing. Okay, so it starts with a very common blues intro. Now this song is in the key of D. At least the Gary Moore recording, that's the key that I sing it in. We'll talk about changing keys as well. But for right now, I'm thinking the 1 chord is going to be D7, which will make the 4 chord G7 and the 5 chord A7. One of the things we talk about a lot is we often work, I'll say, from the key of A, and we talk like there's the 1 and the 4 is on the string right above it and the 5 is 2 frets above that. It's a little bit unusual to come at it from a 5th string root, but there's a kind of a cool little rule of thumb. If you go just down a string, you get to the 5. So instead of going up, we're going down a string, and there's our 5, and down 2 frets is the 4. So the distance between the 4 and 5 is always 2 frets. But that way, we have our 1 and our 4 and our 5. Now, groove-wise, I always kind of do the... I'll say the slow blues, you know, kind of standard slow blues shuffle thing. So I'm playing effectively a D power chord. You could do this open stringed if you want. I don't do it that way because I prefer to have a little bit more control. The open string, I can't stop that from ringing out without using either my right hand or my left hand has to move. When I play what we call a closed position, meaning no open strings, I'm able to just relax and I can get the stop. So that's the reason that I play it this way. So you'll notice that I'll strike those 2 notes, the 5th fret here on the 5th string and the 7th fret on the 4th string. That's my D power chord. And I'll do the stretch out with my pinky to the 9th fret. So this is a very common move. I've talked about it in other videos, so I won't belabor it here. But you'll notice that I strike it and then relax, and then strike and then relax. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'm relaxing that left hand. I'm sorry about there's a little bit of buzz there. That's my guitar, not you. All right, so the basic form starts with that intro. So in this case, if D is my root, I'm gonna go down to the 5 and up 3 frets to what's called the flat 7 and back to the root. So in this case, A, C, A, C, D. You could use the open A. You could use a closed A. You could put the C on the 5th string or on the 6th string. Whichever way feels more comfortable. Now the reason that I don't use the open string is because let's say I want to put this in the key of C. It's going to be the same idea. Let's say I want it in the key of F. Same idea, key of G. Right, I can do it anywhere. Wherever that 3rd finger, for me, the 3rd finger, for you it might be the 1st, but wherever that ends up, that's your root. Okay, so from here, you know I love you, you know it's true. So we just have our, you know, kind of intro. Give you all my love, babe. And then it's a little blues scale walk down. Whether or not you do it from the blue note or not is kind of up to you. I always do a little slide. So what I do is I take from the root, I think about that little pattern right here. So from my root, the D, I go up a string to the G, and I do a little slide up a half step and back. If you can't do that, just start from the half step up and then come down. And then I go down to the 3rd fret F, or either way, however you feel comfortable. The slide adds a nice little flair. One more. And I do that little, this is just kind of a fun little lick. Almost a train whistle type of thing. So in D, the top 2 strings of a D7 chord are the 3rd and the 5th right there. The 7th fret on the 2nd string and the 5th fret on the 1st string. So you take the 3rd, go down a half step, hit that, but give it a little squeeze. Not a whole half step, kind of somewhere in the middle. And then we have, you know I love you, you know it's true. I'll give you all my love, baby. What more can I do? And now we have, I'm walking. So now we're into our groove. So we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 bars. Now for the 4th bar, you could just keep playing this, but what I like to do is a little walk up to the 4 chord. So I'll go from the D, and it's gonna go from that root up a whole step, and then a half step, and then a half step, and then your 4 chord. But I octave displace it, meaning I bring it down an octave. So I go from the D, instead of going to E, I go to low E, F, F sharp, G7, 2, 3, A7. And then I'm back to my root, my 1 chord. And now again I do a walk up to the 5 and then up 3 frets and back. So it's I'm walking by myself, I hope you understand. I just want to be your loving man. And there you have it. And honestly, that is the entire song. It sometimes doesn't do those breaks. Some, you know, after the first verse, he does it again. I love you. Yes, I love you with my heart and soul. I wouldn't mistreat you for my waiting gold. You know, and then we're back to that again. And that's it. That's the whole tune. And you play it around. If you want to kind of do a little bit of soloing, if you want to play it with a friend, you can take a solo while they play the changes. It's a rather simple form. It's just that same. If you want to solo over it, same thing. 4 bars of 1, 4, 5, 1, 5. And that's the whole form. So it's an 8-bar form, like I said. 4 bars of the 1 chord, 1 bar of 4, 1 bar of 5, 1 bar of 1, 1 bar of 5. It's like taking a 12 bar, you know, where we have the first 4 bars as the 1 chord. Take that and then take the last 4 bars, almost, of a 12 bar and put it on. It's a little bit different. But anyway, it just kind of mangles up the form. So it's a little bit weird, but I think once you play it a couple of times, it's pretty straightforward. So I hope you have some fun with that. This was meant to just be fun and entertaining, and sometimes we get all hung up, you know, playing solos and all kinds of cool stuff. We forget that it's fun just to play and sing a song. So hope you enjoy that, and I will see you again real soon. Take care.